Good evening, everybody. Hi. Welcome to the trashy hating and butchering everyone of Heroes of Justice. I am, as always, here with trestwho. I mean, not always, but sometimes.
Yeah, hi.
Also, I am here. Hi. You can see me now. This should be the last part of this chapter. It has been a long one. And that was due to my voice not being able to handle everything. Especially if you saw what we were doing after your reading, because we were doing some very bad voice acting.
Okay.
And the next time we're gonna do that, it's gonna be even worse because the character who sounds like OBJECTION is gonna be here. So it's definitely gonna ruin my voice. But we are here after a tournament has been ended. And here, we don't know, wait. Tournament has not ended yet, so Pure didn't win. And Ilya is here as well. Hello, hello. Now we should be all ready to start. I'm assuming we can use some normal music just now. Let me see. It should be fine. One lower. There we go. That was awesome! The shouted as Pure was escorted from the arena. And to get whatever treatment for injuries that were necessary. They had seen that her aura broke, but Pure was so into the fight that he somehow escaped her notice. Yeah, literally the adrenaline. When you fight, you don't really care about how much damage you will take until too much. Which she won though, you'll admit it. This was my clear in his voice. They are judging by what he could see, he didn't feel that way, so he will just have to feel it for the most of them. Wow! She had Artemis on the ropes. They don't know who was going to win that one. Not admitting it. And the others, they had been heavily invested in the fight, wondering just who was going to win at every moment. It was perhaps the most thrilling match to see. Match she has seen all day, in years even. Guess that leaves Yang to avenge her, but stated by nothing to herself. Just as for just how scared Pure actually was, even how the hunters didn't often go aloud. Seeing her just do that with the hands behind her skill, and that even the strongest of them would still fall. Yeah, kick her Yang bot, yeah. Kick her bot Yang. When we shouted from the mark to the edge, despite knowing that her sister couldn't hear her. They nodded in agreement, but chose to remain silent, happily nibbling on the kebab smoke fish. Her mind is only one thing. The mind wanted to Pure, wondering if she would join them, or merely remain content to stay down on the field. As Pure exited the barracks, feeling her aura began to come back and hear her wounds, passing another congratulations to her for that particular match. Being the polite person she was, we were happy to thank them and continued on our way past the arena and towards the nearby castle hill overlooking the sea. The sun was gleaming across the water, and the cool breeze came by with the smiles of sun and the nearby forest with it. Breathing deeply, Pure sighed in contentment. It was then Then she heard the sound of light footsteps. Turning around, she saw Diana walking towards her. A small fish ran out in a flying to her. It worked for your friend. Maybe it helps you as well. I don't remind me hungry after that last match. Then I said it as she gave the fish. I mean, there's two options. Either she is hungry or either she is too pumped up, too tired to eat. Yes, thank you. Your son. As she went down into the flesh, the two women remained frozen to sit in silence, staring out across the sea, and the ocean continued to sound. You know, Anna began, drawing parents' attention. When I was young, I used to just come up here after my studies. I would watch the sunset from this very spot. I forgot just how beautiful sunsets in the hemisphere are. Yeah, it's beautiful. You admitted, it was turning back to the sunset. How long were you gone? Depends on which time. That's all. When I left with Steve, my mother was forced to exile me. I remained in the man's world for 19 years, before the dark side finally forced my hand to travel back and face my mother to get assistance. What happened after that? Her asked. The others were stubborn, for the lack of better word. Deep down they knew that should the forces of Graves succeed, the Miska would be put into harm's way. But there was no way for them to confirm that the injustice of the man's world wouldn't flow into their home. They were reluctant to provide assistance. What changed their minds? Then I smiled and looked at Pyrrha. I don't know what Steve ever taught me. He taught me that, although there is darkness in man, there is still good in them. That good was still worth fighting for, and that, should dark side be allowed to extinction and replace it with his evil, all would be lost. I showed my mother the destruction in chaos and armies brought, the suffering that followed in his wake, and they were moved. Ah, how moving the destruction! They were not moved by the kindness of the man, they were moved by the destruction of the dark side. On that day, my mother rode out with her mother to join the armies of man to defeat Darkseid, while myself, Batman, and Superman took him down ourselves. Afterward, I stayed with the Amazons for 5 years, helping to establish how they would interact with the man's world, only for the Imperium's invasion to bring me back into action. This is the first time I've been back since. This actually sounds like they were not concerned still with the man's world. They only joined because they saw a challenge. Oh wait, they actually stormed? Let us challenge ourselves by helping the men. And just as a side note, Colonel and dialogue and correction and lean back, allowing the sun's rays to beam over her. Sighing once more, she was condemned to sit in silence for a long while. But soon sifted over her experiences, ranging from Remnant's destruction to the meeting with the Justice League to the time in Themyscira. The more she thought about it, the more at peace she felt. The pain of losing her home would always be there, but she could not afford to let it define her. None of them could. What is your defining trait? I lost my home. This place, here again, catching Diana's attention. It's so much like Hamden. In so many ways, it's almost unfathomable. You would almost think they were twins. They are so alike. Have you thought of the theory of having mirrored universes? Oh my god, that actually would make sense then why they are taking so long to locate where Hamlet was. Because they have not found their planet yet. The remains of the planet. Or the remnant of Hamlet. To say the thing.
That's a good one.
Because it might be in a different universe. To begin with. I mean, probably most sliders and Dragon Ball, that's in the theory of that. If they are really like, yeah, it's actually Earth, but if the gods were decided leaving it as it is. I think that's why we are acclimated so quickly. Because the cultures, the ideologies, the people, and Earth are one and the same. They are both filled with wonder and nature, hope and despair, love and loss, good and evil. Yeah, what if you are actually on point that this is Hamlet and Earth are actually one and the same but in different universe? Yes, that is true. They are meeting with us. That is why we are here. People are good in this world from those who would seek to harm others. It is that pure and a place to hand on the shoulder. What you and your friends are doing? Facing fears hands-on, alone, and not letting what happened to you dictate your life? It is nothing short of admirable. Remember that. I will, but not now. Your smile replied with a smile. It was then that her smile disappeared, as she focused on something in the distance, pulling Diana to look at her in confusion. Turning her head to where Fear was staring, she saw nothing. What is it? What did you see? What are your average eyes see? They are taking the hobbit's gun. He asked about standing up.
Man flesh.
Yeah. He asked about standing up. Fear doing the same. No, also Fear is just a normal human. She shouldn't have matter vision. I thought I saw an armored man. Alright. What are you doing? Playing tricks on Fear's mind? I mean, Ares comes to mind immediately if you say armored man. In the sea. It might actually be Poseidon as well. But if we are talking about Poseidon, I don't think about armor. You are telling me the gate about to worry. There's eyes widened. A shivering to grow. Commander Hunters wonders whether or not she should follow or head back to warn others. He then narrowed her gaze and took off of the Wonder Woman. He found Diana quickly. Through the ears and forest. Her figure passing by on Mars on the ground. It was met with the ground, and she was incredibly happy that she decided to go out on the arena with her weapons, shield, and armor for the tournament. Whatever I spoke to Diana, it wasn't anything good. As she passed through the forest, she began to hear something, and as she paused just behind the tree to look out over the large cliffside, and she gasped. And we are getting too picky, gasping. There, not 20 feet away, she saw little mothers over the Amazon. Blood was staining the ground, flowering from the mothers from flashpoints. Well, I guess we are not gonna have this happy music anymore. Which I have the family for that one. Done this one. I'm not gonna find it. Yeah, there we go. None was sitting down, pouring from the money from the precious moons. Forcing herself to press on, girl threw out her weapons, and edged her closer to a small cluster of money. Kneeling down, she spit in the corpses, and tried to determine how exactly they had died. She inspected and raised suspicions looking at Kelly. Right? Animal? He was mad as she took a note. Took note of a large gash on the woman's side. Pass to Jane to me for what's wrong. A partial wound along the toes was of a similar shape, like the fang of some beast. Oh no, that is not an animal. That is, I'm gonna assume it is actually game. Turning to the last money, you noticed how they too were similar. Although a few had also had arrows out of them. He noticed a large amount of shattered stone littered across the landscape, and she wondered exactly what just happened. It was them? Then she noticed the mother appeared to be forming a sort of plan. The mother was chasing something, while the other teens were attacking them. Following the thread, she came across the body of a large humanoid creature. The daughter was wide across and her outstretched arms. Its skin was pale white, and the large drop of the size of a tea-tongue was lying next to its head. It is a Cyclops. Or Titan. On its face was a single large eye. That is a Cyclops. My answer was immediately answered. Rusty and not moving. He didn't know what it was, but judging by the wounds across his body, it was that. Recently too. The noob though. Yep, she suddenly realized exactly where they were. She raced forward, passing by more and more money. Most Amazon and most of creatures. A man with the head of a mule, a large serpent with multiple heads, bird and a thumb, and even a lion-like creature with a goat's head and a serpent tail. Okay, so we have a Minotaur. The large serpent with multiple heads is oh, I wanted to say the name of it too early.
Chimera?
What? No, it's not.
Chimera?
Not Chimera. No. It has a different name. I just forgot the name of it.
Oh, serpent.
And the lion-like creature with the goat's head is more like the Chimera. No, I wouldn't call it a Hydra, a serpent. Let me search for it. I know, and it's gonna annoy me if I don't search for it. And the Hydra has is a snake as well, but I was talking about Orochi. I don't own this guy. This is what I was thinking about. But it can be both. With increasing alarm, Hero began to realize their fears. They had the previous night, they were nights were not opening, and that something recently escaped. I've been thinking about that. All of them are chimeras, kind of, because chimera is a mix of creature, mix of multiple creatures. So, in a sense, they are all chimeras. It must have happened so quickly that no one could raise the alarm. We are paused as she neared the entrance to the cave. He knew that, down there, the room door was waiting, and that something would likely be lurking there as well. There was no way inside, and we could only assume that she somehow lost her. She was on her own, and she couldn't help but feel frightened. At the same time, she knew that she could not let this continue. And so, with a deep breath, he pulled out a scroll, activating the emergency beacon. The question is, why didn't the Amazons have an alarm system for in this case? They literally said this up that, yeah, I'm doubling the guard in this space. That's all you didn't install anything that you can signal to others that they are attacking.
Well, they don't exactly have good cell phone service there.
It's insane that it does work right now. He makes it all work on pedestal, but as you has refused soon. The wind has won, and she has already descended into the abyss. That emergency beacon is almost like the Batman signal, by the way. But middle of the Batman signal in the middle. This giant laser up to the sky, and you can see them. You just had the light testers. The chase of the figure, her in her eye, and the spot in that. She knew anything who Pira had seen, and she could only hope that she went back to her and get help. No, she didn't. Moving past the underbrush, they continued up the hills and mountains to the center of Paradise Island. The other man seemed to be talking to her, successfully keeping her within her sight, and only disappearing for a brief moment to lead her exactly where he wanted her to go. Likely to attempt. But then I couldn't afford to leave him be. I didn't even have to bring it up. I was about to say. Well, they already know. It's a trap! I think it's gonna. This is literally gonna be coming back thing. I shouldn't even close that picture. It's gonna be in every scene of every reading. It's a trap! Coming across a large stone cliffside, the same one that Nora had described climbing the previous day, and leaped high into the air, and landed at its top. She prepared to keep moving again, but I suppose when she saw a man standing at the edge, looking over the island with his arms crossed behind his back. Hello, Diana. The man said, as he continued looking out over the island. I could understand how Diana was now pointing a sword at him. Yes, he yelled. Election that only goes a little more to check out, and she turned to face her. From underneath his helmet, you could see his head eyes and thick beard. What are you doing here? Come now! Am I not allowed to welcome my house sister back to her ancestral home? Yes, with a mocking smile. Then I responded with my again punching the soul next to her, hitting a large crack in dirt. Anger does not suit you, my dear. You really should work on that temper. It's unbecoming. The only thing that's unbecoming is you. The husband, yes, characteristic distance. two different beings stand at each other in silence before the surprise move again. Did you give it to him? This was the room. There with an unsufferable smirk on his face. Did you give Cain the formula? The emphasize each word with as much venom as she could muster. And asked me a second. Sorry. I didn't put enough venom in it. Did you? I can't do the venom voice. Yes, I did, he admitted. And he would do it even he would admit it even if he didn't give it to him. Just out of spite. Then moved to at him, only for him to hold up his palm. Please, Diana, I didn't come here to fight. Then why are you here? Asked Adrian, making Diana's blood boil. I came here to teach, not to fight. I disappeared into a whisper sword and appeared right next to Diana, facing the opposite direction of her. Besides, our father would not want simply to fight on this chicken land, would he not? After I gone, you get him. First time, yes, until he reformed, at which point he immediately came back here and made your sister with your younger sister with the queen, as he called to himself. Of course, this one was actually made of clay, and not an actual child. So, Donna is not blood sister of Diana.
Arts and crafts. They went to the hobby store.
I mean, if you think about that, so in the beginning, all humans started as clay. The first humans were formed of clay, so at least in Greek mythology. Let's speak of the other three. She is, and she turned to swing her sword and the god, only for him to turn into sword once again, and appear out of rage. Oh, I am not judging. Everyone knows how spiteful here can be. And making Lola as he and his person did was able to spare her, as she just was. Get to the point. Then I said, pulling out his work, anything under her skin. Alright, yes, I need to explain the formula. The one you people say really so closely. Want to know why? Because you wanted to cause death and destruction to innocent people? This means most know that there is an oversimplification. I shouted. There are no innocent people. Actually, in your friend Scholar Sydney. Besides, once again, you are misappropriating blame onto me.
No, he was not one of the suspects they had back at Gotham.
I mean, yeah.
Insofar as who might have supplied Crane with that formula.
No, they were talking about the weapons. The other weapons.
Weapons they identified for Penguin, and they were pretty firm on that one. I guess it was the bombs that they were more questioning.
Ah. But this is only for the gas itself. I mean, this is the only piece that he could have gotten the gas from, the formula from.
Wow.
The bomb is a question.
Did Crane really get 3 suppliers for that attack?
Yeah, or even more. The other remained silent, holding Alice's smile. Honestly, His mind was so warm that it didn't even take much for him to decide his own free will. Then yes and modified. You and I both know that moral discovery has many potential applications for the benefit of mankind. A simple change here or there would, and chemical could be turned into brand new medicine or a setting for surgery. But instead, the man did what man always does. He chose destruction. We most know you gave it to someone who is well known for that. It's essentially like a man trying to go to the judge and saying that, oh, I'm innocent. I only gave him the keys to the safe which has my gun in it. And after he told me that he wanted to kill someone.
All I did was cut the brakes in the car. They didn't have to drive it.
Yeah. No, that's more lying. That's more lying. I only told someone to cut the brakes. There we go. And do not absolve yourself of this arrest. You have careless problem knowing what he would do with it. Don't try to pretend that there was any other outcome. Was there another? Was there? I arrested again. Ken had been operating for months at that point. He was on the path to recovery, would you call it. What was simple whispered into his mind, and one of a new formula that captured him with curiosity. Was all it took to solve my obsession with fear. One part. That's all it never takes to get them to kill each other. They looked at the eye, and the road made a laugh before continuing. But I am not here to talk about the failures of man. We must know how excessive that list is, despite your best effort to change them these past few decades. Hallelujah. After all, they started the Second World War when I was dead. Who killed Alice? I do not know about this part of was it Hercules? Or Heracles?
Not sure, but in the movie it was Wonder Woman.
I mean, it was Kratos. But we are not talking about the God of War. In mythology, not in God of War.
Kratos goes like, yeah, blame me. You might actually be right.
Okay, so in Greek mythology, nobody could kill Ares because he was immortal. However, in various computer games and comics, he was killed by various characters including Wonder Woman. There we go, there's your question. There's your answer. Neither killed him. In this in this universe. That's why I was confused because I don't remember any part of Greek mythology where Ares would have died. Omar, which is honest from the city you created, the accountant. And if the school the city turned into such cool instrument, and it was, the war might not have been fooled. Come now, please tell me you aren't that naive still. You must know that the war was inevitable. If not against Germany and Hitler and the Soviet Union and Stalin, it was a powder keg. been waiting in the room. All I did was lit the fuse. Besides, if I heard you did nothing to come in. Very good that it. Halloween is so as I killed your boyfriend. I'm not assuming that's the rest of the sentence. There are two as well, two hours his head. They are dissipating into smoke as soon as the rubber make contact. You mean it never made contact? It continued to stay sank into the road behind him, all the way up to here. Is it just me, or ours is more like playing Loki in this version? With all the teasing and all the I'm here, but actually I'm not here. I'm just spiting you.
Kind of, but I think he's actually teleporting rather than just relying on illusions.
Tell me, do not think of him. There's God once more. I should know, didn't I? But there said nothing. I continued. Yeah. You didn't eventually join that war. You even killed the man who started it. See how ironic it is that the people you fought with created the right weapon and allowed me to be reborn. Are we talking about the green chemical that made you reborn as well?
No, I think that he's talking about the atomic bomb.
Oh, that allowed him to be reborn?
Mm-hmm.
This one I don't know anything about. Then I knew exactly what he was referring to. Even today, the power of the atomic bombs that were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki terrified her. That reminds me, I may actually have to watch the... What is it called? The movie that was made on the bombings. Oppenheimer. They added it on Netflix, so I'm gonna watch it at one point. I didn't watch it in the movies. They too had the power to end the world in an instant, and to hear that ours was reborn in them when they were first used did not surprise her in the least. That actually means or things that I already know. No, they are not. Let him speak. While he's speaking, he's not doing anything else. Let the great evil do its monologue. Then demanded, I am not just not blind to the darkness in man's heart, but you are blind to the goodness in them. Yes, as they are capable of terrible acts of cruelty and violence, they are also capable of heroism and love. You gave Cain that formula because you knew he would use it as he did. But there are thousands, if not millions of doctors and scientists the world over who would have used it to heal if they knew how. Now give me a reason why I should not run you through right now. I can do it before, I can do it again.
The reason is you can't seem to hit him.
And also, I can immediately think of a comeback. Oh, you are saying that there is goodness in all men, right? What about me? Don't you think that I gave the formula to Cain because I saw the potential in him that he could create the medicine? Or are you saying that not every man has a goodness in them and going against your own word? Am I not a man? I'm gonna laugh if he actually says that. Oh, I don't know then. You know, it's funny how peaceful and loving your Amazons became to me, yet every single one is trained warrior. And here at the moment, nothing. Not to mention how biased your people are in general. Or effective. they are, and you're supposed to do things in the world. They are stormed towards him by pulling out a lasso, only for us to laugh. No, you don't want to fight me. Not now. Then ignore him, but then to march towards him. That's when your guess is about to fight the Gorgon. That's the problem. If I remember correctly, the Gorgon has the same ability as a Medusa. That's kind of reminded me of Perry from Discord here. That is literally why I said he reminds me of Loki. Of how he's acting. Because of chaos. And also the fact that they both can again strength and organize conflict and chaos apparently. And it seems like they can even revive. And we know mankind, there's always chaos and there's always war. Even if they stop in between them. But yeah, I think about this code, Pure is about to get turned into stone. Because she not fought Goro yet before. I mean, I literally asked if the writer is gonna write Pure out of the story because she is a little bit too strong. She is closest to the goddesses by the standard, default. And she should be dead. She should be dead by this point if she remains a remnant. And there are some things in timelines that you can change, no matter what happens, what changes you do. That comes immediately. A look of horror and concern appearing on her face, before morphing into one of rage. What is you? Oh, this? I did nothing, I assure you. As in negative. Even if I wanted to, I prevented from interfering on the skill directly. But that, wasn't even the room door. No, it's another mirror to a phenomenon. There is a spy, and I'm gonna assume is the one that refused the accept the hand that Yang gave. I don't know the name of it. What? Yes, as she looked at the scene came at us. At the same time, she heard a loud rumble from the city. A large running ground began to pound, coupled with the bang of a large horn. They all followed my tail pretty well, actually, and I knew I have to come on her foresight. Go for him, before going in on her own. But she is not an Amazon. Did Ares actually mistaken Pure for an Amazon because of her outfit?
Well, either yes or no, that he did mistake Pyrrha for an Amazon, or he really is talking about an Amazon and not Pyrrha.
Yeah, but then it continued by the girl followed my
Tell
tail.
you what, though, you've made the statement yourself that she really looks like an Amazon, so he could have made that mistake.
Yeah, I don't envy her having to face a saddle on her own. I have heard that name before. I don't know when, but I have heard that name before. Let's see. Yeah, because that's a god. Or goddess. That's a high resolution picture. And you can see why I say that they have the powers of Medusa. You know, that's what they would call them in other stories.
Funny thing is, that was the first nightmare I ever had in my entire life. Was dreaming of something like that, and no one believed me when I told them I had the dream first before I saw anything like it in this reality.
I mean, yeah, you have you have sold people, you have sold you definitely sold some things before you can mix them together in your dreams. So
Now that much is that's true. I was familiar with both concepts separately. But that was the first dream in my entire life that taught me dreams can be bad. Or at least
yeah.
scary.
But yeah, that is a problem. That is a big problem. Especially now, wait, your doesn't even have her aura. He broke it, remember?
Can you imagine my reaction when I was describing that lady with snake hairs in my dream, and they responded, "Oh, you're talking about Medusa," and meanwhile, I was thinking, "She's real."
I mean, the only difference between Medusa and Gorgon is that Gorgon has same body. Medusa has a normal human body. That is the only difference, basically. I don't know which is worse, by the way. I would probably say Gorgons are even worse than Medusas.
They could both turn others into stone.
Yeah, but
Sometimes in different ways, though.
I don't know. Isn't Gorgon invincible? Yeah. Shadow and Eerie were invincible and Medusa are mortal. So Pura, who has lost all of her defenses, all of her aura, and has spent all of her stamina, is facing against an invincible god who can turn her into stone immediately.
I wouldn't say her aura is completely depleted, and did mention it was started to recover after the match, and for the same reason her wounds started to heal.
It literally mentioned that she broke her aura, and when they break that aura, it needs a lot of time to recover. It is not mentioned here, but
It's mentioned that she started to recover, but emphasis on the word start.
yeah. I don't think the aura would actually stop the stone. The stone
Probably
staff.
not. Yeah.
They are both fast him towards the cliff. There are also friends killing seed on the face. Oh my god. You know what Alex was talking about? What which one of them is gonna open the door? He talked about Diana. You are gonna open the door for me. If you wanna save your friend. That is what he meant. You can see how the horses began to ride out towards the cave, with more joining at every moment. Oh, one last thing that was on the sabotage door, he was not native to Tabasco, nor was a big doll for that matter. He was born in man's world. Came by it, corrupted by it. I always told you man corrupts everything he touches, even your own people. Was there a human Amazon?
I'm not familiar with this character.
We know that there are some Amazons who left the hemisphere and one of my Mignos, and they might have even merged.
Ah, there's something significant at the next sentence.
They ignored him, as she was out of the stone, and lived over here.
She's now the queen because she was able to pull the sword from the stone.
I mean, it depends on which one. It is horse one, so it was already hard to read. So you jump into flight, as she soars faster and faster to the loom door. Hoping beyond home that she wouldn't be too late. As she did, I took a long last time before disappearing into the air.
Kind of wondering why she didn't fly to follow him.
Because he literally said that he cannot do anything in his here.
Well, when she was initially tracking him down, she did it on foot. I wonder why. Because she might have been able to follow him faster in the air.
Yeah, I still believe that Alice was never here to be human. As in fully money. This is just a projection from somewhere else.
If you're right, that'd be another explanation why she had trouble touching him.
Yeah?
And according to that scene, he never did touch her. So your theory holds weight still so far.
We will see when they touch. I will improve on going. That's it. You need some probably some action, right?
Maybe not immediately, but it's probably coming soon.
It's almost. So I recognized that something was wrong, almost immediately. There were more bodies the further she descended, many of which had arrows sticking out of them. There were a few more that featured along the way. There must have been a fierce battle. The only relief means that there were far fewer Amazon casualties than their most adversaries. When she finally entered the main chamber, she gasped, hid behind the shattered column. She yawned. She saw perhaps the most organized creature he had ever seen. Even with its back turned to her, the lower body was of a snake, while the upper was that of a scary woman. Her hands made of living snakes rested on top of her head, and the large bow was in her hand. Snakes arrows rested in the quiver of the flame, and she appeared to be searching around the room. Where is he? She asked, as she turned over every soul in the room. Medusa, where are you? Okay, not only a Gorgon, but even Medusa as well. She began staring at the creature and continued to search. The name Medusa sounded like it should have been important, but she didn't know why. Why do I have a feeling that the Medusa is right behind her at the moment? She turned her attention to the loom door, and she had to force herself not to gasp in alarm. It was getting open along with the outer edge, getting enough space for a few creatures to make it through. In a bit, as whatever Amazon had died, got time to close it. Even now, she could see it shake as something larger tried to break free. She had saw a faint movement against the back wall, and with a thought, she realized that one of the Amazons she had assumed to be dead was still alive. She was impaled to the wall by a single arrow. Yet, she still managed to draw her bow with a single remaining arrow, aiming at the creature. There was a little motion, striking the monster in the back and making it roar out in pain. so it does feel pain, but still irritable. And it turned out to see the smiling mother staring at her, and with her eyes closed, the same woman sidled over to the presence of Amazon. It sobbed in front of her, and the mother never had dispatched blood against his face. It's funny how the Euron is recorded not showing her temperature. Also, oh my god, wait. I see the solution of how Sure can win this fight. Most Medusa and Euron are here. He will have to make them look at each other, and she can do that by the mirror of her shield. There you go. That's how you win. Yes, 2 monsters we can tell you win to stone.
Or propose a beauty contest.
I mean, wait, isn't that how Heracles killed the Medusa?
What, through a mirror?
Yeah.
Kind of. It didn't reflect the gaze power back at her. Instead, it allowed him to see her without risking himself from the stone stare. You're not affected by looking at the reflection.
Yeah, but she can do that. Just one is in front of her, one of them is in front of them, the other is behind them, and just look, and they are looking at each other. So instead of using it as a mirror, she can still use it as this. Wait.
Something like that happened to the Weeping Angels, if you recall, when they tried to get into Tartarus and it warped away. They were staring at each other, so they stayed as stone.
So just use the shield as this. Like this. Here, come. But she doesn't even know that what they can do at the moment. Where were we? That was her, yeah. That monster, she glanced at the kitchen opened her eye and stared at the Amazon in the face. Ah, there we go. There's some confirmation of what she can do. If you are sure, the Amazon began to turn into solid stone before her right eye. And with the help, the monster shattered the newly made statue with her tail. And the few sharks settled against the stone cover. Her courage now fully behind it. Her mind racing at what to do. The teacher had wait. The teacher had just looked at her, and the mother turned to stone. That always meant that meeting her gaze was not something she herself could do. And with that in mind, she carefully ripped off a piece of cloth and wrapped it around her eyes. Ah. So here is now a different anime character. If you know what I mean. While she would prefer to fight with all of the assassins, she would much rather not run the risk of turning into stone. So not only she doesn't have a full aura, she can't even use her sight. Officially, it made the action of ripping the clothes and adding the creature to her presence.
So she damaged her clothes a bit. What atrociousness to fabulosity.
But not always. You might have to give up your thing because of generosity. Who knows that? He allowed by pulling out her bow, and the thing was settled against the ground. First, hold decided to try and identify as the right one. I know you are there, Amazon. I can smell you. Come on out, and I won't hurt you. All I want is my sister, whom one of you murdered. He waits a little bit, and then the girl is like, ah, it must be the wind. He said nothing. I scanned around the column, setting her ears for any sound of the movement. Occasionally her hand would strike a rock, creating a small sound that made her wince. When the motion didn't get a response, she stopped for a moment, then continued to move. The sound was getting closer, and Pierre knew she had to move quickly. Also, there is one reason I know that she is bluffing. About this, I can smell you. Yes, I can smell that there's someone here. But I can also smell a lot of different dead bodies at the same time, so I cannot smell you where you are.
Man flesh. Or something pretty close to it. Woman flesh.
Yeah? Wait, the Amazon would be very against the idea that you are making it sound like their flesh is similar to the man. Right?
I don't know if you get this joke because you might not have seen commercials like this. That is in the States, but what if Pura just suddenly pulls out a Mentos, pops it in her mouth, and this tense situation suddenly diffuses, and the Medusa just laughs it off. You have a Mentos.
Ha ha ha, you are your Mentos, pulls out pour a bag of Coke and pours it into him, huh? When the motion didn't get a response, she stopped for one, then continued to move. The sound was getting closer, and she knew she had to move quickly. Or maybe you are not at the bottom. Yes, I can smell it now. You are something different. Something special. Oh yeah, because the bottom can live a long life. You can barely hear the smile on the monster's face. According to remain quiet, as she and the sound got even closer. And in her mind right now is literally going to, I know it, I shouldn't have accepted Nora's perfume. As quietly as she could, she grabbed a small rock and set it in her hand, feeling the weight. Do you even know who I am? Again, she said nothing. And the voice had a student and answer. I am Shadow, the other daughter of Sato, and the first Gorgon. I mean, that would probably still say nothing to Pira. She responded by taking the rock to the far side of the room. Shadow heard the noise and followed upstairs, allowing Pira to freeze and move to hide behind the fallen column. Once again, this proves that I can smell you in the mouth because then she would know where the smell is coming from. She sat across the stone floor, playing charts of broken statues. Or broken statue as she did. How are we doing this? Somehow, we are always going side by side with most of the stories. Because in your story, the snake-like creatures came out behind the stone statues. And now, Pure is hiding behind the stone statue from a snake creature. And it is not intentional, but Somehow we are literally almost in the same universe. In the same
It's
setting.
energy and synchronicity, dude.
A few hours from Jettison away. Jettison? I have never heard that word.
Jettison means like to be ejected.
Ah, I have never heard that word before. I have heard gestures, but that's a different word thing. Like across the snow floor, I should only hope the Gorgon didn't fight her. So when the detectives were landing in the mud of Amazon, made her feel safe to her stomach, while she got quiet and pressed herself against the ground. It's fine, Ilya. You don't have to comment all the time. Yes, I do know that, even if it's not your favorite chapter. And if what happens, if I think what happens is gonna happen, I can see why. Come on! I promise I won't hurt you. And those no hate. Because now, we have been proven, we have been given the thing that Medusa is dead. Hello herself said that she just wants her money. Well, she was scared. So the only solution that I gave her to kill them is gone. Or not kill, just get out of this situation. So again, appear again, said nothing, and get quiet. I shall even see that the lie for what it was. I think she could say with your face first, come out. Not until she knew how she was going to meet his thing. She was beginning to settle on getting off her head. Her eyes were obviously in the greatest sign, so letting them out can be a priority. She just needed to wait to look it. Suddenly, the movement stopped, and everything became quiet. The silence unnerved her immensely, and she sent her eyes to try and find the Gorgon once again. But she felt the peasant suddenly get close to her, a sense of dread filled her body and soul. Hello there, young one. Hello, Nathan. If you responded by turning around, and we respond to where she feels the next one. Hello, Counter. By slamming her thick tail against Pure, sending her flying to her column, and sending it into tiny pieces. She rolled as she hit the ground, managing to get to her feet, with the knife to the side, and the Gorgon fired an arrow at her. It missed, and she hit another stone column, and she hit a stone from where the missile hit.
She promised not to hurt her.
I mean, she didn't.
A few paragraphs above, come out. I promise I won't hurt you.
I meant she didn't hurt her. Okay. It was the column that hurt her.
Okay.
It missed her. Yeah. Hello continued to fire arrow of the arrow at Pure, who continued to run and use her own senses to make sure that she didn't run into anything. There is a proof that she had a little bit of her back. In my hand, may be better than hers, you still says enough to get the job done. Hey, still! Hello, order that she gets another arrow. I prefer to use her substance on the nearby metal brazier, ripping it off a return foundation, and holding it toward the Gorgon. The master raised her tail to look it, only to have hot embers wash over her leathery tail, making it screech in pain. Pressing the opening to launch at the monster, slamming into her gun with her sword before crossing after every rain, it was blotted. It didn't seem very far. Very far. It didn't seem very far, yeah. It didn't seem very far, and she was forced to let go of it, and knocked him over another swing of the chair. Yeah! It seemed, as she hit over the blade out of her body, blood beginning to pour out, and hit the stone floor, hissing and it did. You bitch! You think you can kill me? Colonel responded by holding her shield out in front of her. No, I will kill you. Such arrogance. And the Lord as she slid towards Pierre far too quickly. The creature of her size could tell. The girl grabbed Pierre by the shield and charged her to the alarm column before slamming her against the third floor. As she moved to attack again, she grabbed the full block and slammed into the girl's body, throwing her back and making her cease from the pain. Gathering the opportunity to run off, carefully feeling out her winter senses. For anything, he would use against the creature. She smiled as she said about some broad weapons scattered around the room. Ah, missiles! And with a deep breath, he reached out and attacking all of them. Mad or sweat appeared on her forehead as she angled the assaulted spear and swords in the girl's general direction. Sorry, multiplication came into mind. Minus sentence. I fought in your general direction. At the same time, he could hear the sound of the soul slap, continuing to shake as something heavy pounded against him, and her heart began to beat faster. The fellow roared loudly. He allowed the weapon like a fragmentation grenade he brought, followed by a series of red sounds, and the girl was concussioned by the Amazonian vampire. But something about the cage was not calling, forcing the hunter to cover her ears, and the girl fled in pain. Before it finally stopped. Give me a second. Let me see how far we are. Okay, we are far enough. I'm gonna go and get some things to drink.
Okay.
Be right back. Okay, sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back.
For a moment, Flora smiled, thinking she had arranged a lot of that. A smile disappeared when she heard the tinkling of words hitting the stone floor. And when shocked, she realized that Salo had aimed the weapon, free from her body. I mean, this fight would be very much a good practice against Salem, who literally is immortal as well. Well, that is literally the main boss of room in the series. And this is just a god. Just a god, right? Hello, holding as she raced towards Pyrrha, forcing the hunters to continue to move, leaping over any and all the short curves, and avoiding the short arrows. If you didn't hit, well done by her, securing her. But that doesn't mean that some the pain. But the tail shut out as I come back again. So was the first point. You receive your money and get hold of it. That's why it's like you fail. So money hit the second curve like making more. I don't know sing that song. Each bank calling the Goro to get out in pain. But Phil knew it wasn't so. He felt the tight muscle of the tail, which only hinted that the west side of the creature had. That was shown the set of contracted. When you contracted, being your torso to pure, and wrapping your body around the contest. Oh, I hate that. The contest is. And how would you say that if there are multiple contests? It would be contests. But they go around her pay. And the girl began to scream as suddenly as she could. That's my snoozer. Ah! Your skin as she felt constriction scream against her. But over trying to prevent any actual injury by some little bit enough. Oh, I love how the size of humans gets people mad in precise seconds. Yeah, so the problem is, yeah, the override actually preventing you from injuring yourself, but you still cannot breathe. You understand? As you know her Mew, more. I immediately went into Pokemon Mew. Yeah, the girl unfolds of the Pokemon and growth of Mew, right? As you know her more, even closer.
I got Mew.
Seeing Pure continue to ride only made the kitchen a lot harder. As she opened her mouth to wind down, whistling sound go to attention. A whistling sound go to attention. I mean, that would be one thing that would throw her off. If Pure started smiling and asked for harder. She would probably stop for a second. So, what? She started facing. Only to have a broad nigger already holding to the air, step her in the eye. His skin losing her hold on Pure. By touching the nigger, and by Pure gasped for breath, he leapt up and took hold of the weapon. Grabbed the handle and set it into the other eye. Ah, my eyes! I can see! Wait. Well, doesn't the girl have multiple eyes? As for her, as well. Let me see. Hello again. Yeah? I'm pretty sure she can see through all those things as well. There was him and she fed her money from side to side, taking Pure off and sending her flying. Accident, the pair of arms gently caught her and moved her to safety behind the index pillar. They removed the red coat, covering her eyes, and revealing the relieved face of Diana Prince. Wait, Prince? Is that the second name of Diana or just...
It's probably the last name.
I mean, she literally is her face on the right horse right now. Then. No, perché with joy, ma nella time you're short in live. But then the girls you are alright, he said, as she is pure from her embrace, and has looked back at the plain Jordan, by his spirit in her eyes. That is one thing to get through.
Maybe the gods look at her and it's like, why are you thanking me? I didn't do anything!
No, it's the other one who is right behind them. It's ours, like, you're welcome.
And with a formal bow.
You know her? Your ex, and then others. Yes, but I will explain later. Right now, we need to get her to the door. Should we kill her? Hello, the immortal. And it will be told me all the last short time. You got her for her? You will have to grow a new body to replace it. There she go ahead. Just, there is one solution to that. Cut off her hand and then put it in a small box. Then, can cover her body, but she won't fit. My eyes, that's when you get cocky and play with your enemy, instead of simply killing them when you get have the chance. I mean, she was using arrows that would kill somebody immediately. And she's immortal. Why would she not enjoy the freedom that she has right now? Further to the woods, and she had told of the Jordan, and she only could see them slowly began to hear. Further looked at the room door, seeing the gap continued to expand, ever so slightly with each bang. And I'm sure we are not happy with this episode in the background. There we go. Oh my god. You know what the title of this song is?
What's the title of the song?
4 minutes before this.
Okay. Better read fast.
Well, there is things that I get through. Wouldn't that should be there are things that I get through? Feel ashamed and then handed her a sharpened sword. I noticed one problem at a time. The small, hello turned to face another, I'm sure, but I still a shot through the corneal blood. Even still, he could see a grievous wound continue to heal. Suddenly someone limited on them on time. 4 minutes, I would assume. Hello hit and lodged on them, forcing the two women to dive away in opposite direction, and going to go on to step into the wall. The loud cracker as soon as her hand chipped the sword, there was blood staining where she had hit it. And the Gorgon tried to face her once again. She could see a sizable jerk of her sword that now came in, but the fact that she was still standing alarmed her. I mean, they want to put her back on the other side of the door and close the door, right? Then, yeah, cut her hand off, so grab it, go on the inside, so close the door. Because Lena said that she is recovering from the hand, not from the body. Helen was like the other inborn. She opened her stone with her hand and her leg is another. Rather than lodging, Someone made stand for shelter then broke into cyberpunk, the display of sheer strength. The Gorgon leaped onto her, forcing the Amazon into a grapple. Hello wrapped her tail around Lana, only for the Amazon to pry the coiled tail open with her legs. Using her shield to keep the sagging jaws and me, I repeated stepping into the Gorgon's gun with her spawn. I now have a question. I know that Lana's shield is pretty strong. Would you say that it is as strong as Captain America's shield? Or stronger?
I'm not sure. I just know what Captain America's shield was made of something that negated kinetic force against it.
Let me see. The Captain America's shield is much stronger. After I entered the phone, hello finally loosened her grip, allowing Diana to leverage needed to haul her across the room and into a far wall. The stone cracked under her weight, bringing the creature's back and forcing her to flop on the ground uselessly. That was not for long. Diana nodded as she went back to progressing prayer. She had been having trouble facing off against the Goron, but Diana made it look like she was nothing. I mean, the difference of Diana not using up all of her strength in a fight right beforehand this, and also being able to see was a great advantage as well. Seeing how the Wonder Woman was now looking at her, she shook her head and looked around the room, then nothing. I have an idea, he said, as she ran over and him Metamanian out of the wall, and carried them into the center fire. As she did, they began to glow hot, and behind them, they could hear the Gorgon began to stir. Her broken back kicking as her body repaired the damage before their very eyes. Was she enough to concentrate on the now glowing cross metal object and pulled them, increasing their malleability and allowing them to form them into bands. Oh, I know that she was literally gonna do more temporals into the Gorgon. Kind of using the same thing as turning you into stone, but actually making you into a statue by world. When they reached the desired shape, he flung them at the Gorgon, wrapping the snail man on the wrist and over the eye. They screamed and fell, and even pure pulled the bones raised together, and that's what makeshift scarves together, shooting them. Yeah, this is a problem with infinite healing factor. What happens if you have something inside you while you are healing? I mean, even Deadpool has to pull out the sword to heal it to Ariel. Yeah, it was also a long run. But the cat was turning back to face the door. I know if you know not to do that against an actual person. The other thing, appeared on it. I only did that because I knew she would hear from it. I was Logan too. Was gone and pointed to the large metal club. I think I used myself not to pull the door open. Every time I tried, we may be able to. He was interrupted by a loud clang as the circled against the place. And the two women tried to get her, and then each other. Hurry! They commanded by pulling out her sword. He was closer to Logan, and her sword against her shield, as she did, but she waited in deeply. She then continued focusing on sometimes on the metal basin of the slab, that pulled. Her mother stayed under the pressure, trying to keel it over, the soul slamming down against the floor. She would only hope that her friend would arrive soon. But there is one other way that you can keep her entertained. By putting her in a grinder. You can heal, but you are gonna be ground up immediately as you are healing. For a cycle of death and life. Being her, you hear the sound of Shadow snapping her second and attacking the mother woman. The two enter in a vicious battle, and Nana stabbing and slashing with her sword, and Nana stabbing the Gorgon against the shield. Shadow falls back with tooth and claw, scraping them against the metal shield, while ripping Nana with her tail. Each cry was accentuating in a loud crack, and Nana had to force herself not to groan in pain from the blow, and even as it marks the pain on her body. In the end, Nana delivered a flying knee to Shadow's head, only for the Gorgon to snort, and wrap her thick tail around Nana's leg, then her across the room, and hit her in the wall next to Pharaoh. We are still super far away. Not super far away. We can finish it today. Actually, I feel it's different pain like a normal person. Also, in the world, immortal and invincible have been considered.
I don't quite think of those two words as the same. There's a bit of a difference. Like immortal might be you can't be killed, but maybe you can be hurt. Invincible might be you can't even be hurt.
In my mind, immortal cannot age. Or ages very slowly, but it cannot die from old age.
I gave that a different
Invincible
category. I would have called that one ageless instead of immortal, meaning you will not die from old age, but you can die from everything else. Where immortal is you really can't die, but maybe you can be hurt. And invincible is the final category. You can't even damage one hit point.
Yeah? So this character is immortal. But not invincible. It can be defeated, it can be contained, but you just can't kill it.
Yep.
This is a problem with Caleb because she is invincible. She's not immortal, she's invincible. Let's be killed from the stage of nearly overextending her sublet, but also keeping the stab from being fully open. Then launch back towards the Gorgon, but suppose pushing the chest and pinning Sendo to the ground. As a young man, he ripped her tail against another chest, going her into a ceiling, before something called myself. Seeing that, Pierre could see that much of the wound she had was most healed, and exemplified when the girl began to cry and grow out men into her eyes. I think they is missing here. Now the man evident into her eyes. It melted from the scared face, and the skin surrounding her eyes. What the I could see was shot black, and prepared by means of exploding bone. Exposed bone, not exploding. Knowing that, she couldn't let that happen, then unfold her lasso and flying through and erosion, touching easier and binding the arm to her body. And those circles against the medical room, letting the exile alone, and the model knocked her feet into the ground, then pulled. And flew forward into narrow space, letting the erosion upward. Then I followed, punching her in the face yet again, and throwing her down to the ground. Followed by flinging her sword, a shield, and the erosion like missile. A set of bows on the ground, then a sword pierced her stomach, followed by the edge of the shield, joining it. Then I slammed her feet first in the sword's body, all this specifically to tear her equipment out of her in from the sheaths. Stay down, if you know what's good for you. Then I spat as she grabbed the hold of the lasso once more. Hello, second, but the lasso casting up was too great for the master to break free. Yeah, let me go! Hello, demanded. They are only effective by tightening the lasso hold. Behind her, he would hear a groan of the snap, as well as the sound of a muzzle running into the cave. Isn't this the same snap that the camera was tied to? No, no. Never, creature! No. And the first order spin it into the cave. Several men to have neither holding the gun down, but more men to appear, find the door open just wide enough to force the monster to and prevent any more escapes. Sure! You ran and she ran into a room, along with the rest of his team and Team Ruby. Each of them had their weapons on foot, and as Ruby pointed the weapons at the creature, the only servant to go inspect his partner. Hey Sean! Forgotten as she began holding the sub in place. In front of her, a woman with spears began tossing into a small space between it and the wall, preventing any monster from escaping. Its thrust produced a monstrous roar, loud enough to get out their mouths and ears. I'm sorry. Not me. Don't listen, and other Amazons carrying the Gorgon to the wall. Are you hurt? I mean, fine. Just need a bit of rest after this. Yeah, I bet you do. You can tell what you got at her response, and just look in the room. Already, Amazon will begin to gingerly carry the bodies of their fallen sisters out of the room, lighting the begin preparation for funerals. And he couldn't tell what side. What a mess. You know what? This seems like a diversion. What is Ares doing in the meantime? Or the spy? What the spy is doing in the meantime? While they are actually fighting these. That is the real question. Yeah.
What's the fake question?
The fake question is, should I stop right here, in the middle of a sentence? Yeah, if you're a kid, I said I was running hard past the room door. As soon as she did, she approached the mother ground, forcing the door closed once more. For Ramadan on the other side, I've been closed the soul slab, and I have been gone. Immediately, Pierre collapsed to her knees, and bending about Ramadan began tapping in the ground, next to the wall. He rolled that out next to her, and she then saw the walk up to her with a stoic expression on her face. You did well, Pierre, she said before having the her to her feet. The two women nodded at each other. They stepped forth out of the room and to the waiting Amazon outside. Now here's the thing. Alex already got what he wanted. He has sown the seeds of love into Diana. He might be lying. Remember, there might be no spy to begin with. But there's no point in thinking that because the door was opened by someone. And there are notes that it is true that the door cannot be opened by others. So whatever they are doing, they can be in the mindset that, we have someone who is working for us in the midst of us. Ramadan. So we can't even trust ourselves. But I'm happy that President got started to solve.
I imagine she would agree.
That was named by somebody. The festival, which was meant to take place over the course of a few days, was always cancelled in the wake of an attack. It was hard to go to sleep that night, but eventually, everyone did. The next day, Romy and Juniper witnessed something they hadn't told they would ever have to see, an Amazon funeral. Similar to Asian Greek customs, the later funeral procession was composed of 3 parts. The prosthesis, where the body was displayed in their armor, and knocked mud placed into their eyes. And to pay the toll, to cross the river Styx, come and convert more around them, remaining as stoic as possible while eyes watered. There's one problem. One of them cannot be more than this, because they have been broken into little pieces. Those Amazons ran. Although Yang could see several words close to it. Are they gonna use the barrier on the sea? Or are they gonna set a different thing? We will see. Afterward, the episode said, him and Cora. But the bodies were carefully transferred to the burial ground, all found in Amazon's shed. Okay, no, they are not burning them on the sea, on a boat. That's more Viking. But as watched the procession go, and Ruby and Juniper watching from bottom of the gas house, and the procession passed them by. They joined the final part. Make it called Perry Dayton. It's my feeling they had no right. It's smaller movie. Yeah, that's more like it. After one, there's somebody walked to the guest house. So joining them or no? How did this happen? From yes, this is not a setup on the moon. Why would the Amazon do this to our own people? The thought exists everywhere. Why is not nothing but a sign as she joins her partner? Having skill is no different. My question is, where did she come from? Now the sudden, I saw her to see the one on Terrestrial. So how did she get on the island in the first place? Don't ask with a grim expression. I don't know, but I told me the child. The thought of that one of her sisters would do such a thing infuriated her. She knew that Terrestrial existed, but never thought that mom would come from another world. She thought that they were about such a thing, but it appears they were wrong. Taking the report about how Gianna had been stolen from the Royal Ward during the attack, yet, just a diversion, was just a result to this horrible injury. In any case, my mother will be crossing the island to outsiders. I'm afraid that you all will be forced to leave. I understand completely why she did with alone. Being a president must keep her people safe. Yes, but by now it's obvious that you all can be trusted completely to the counter. You shouldn't be kicking out like possession threats. No, I am 100% on people's side because the attack literally happened when they were here. They are still potential threats. We are not friendly, no. That's it. We thank you for our time here. You have been gracious host, and I don't think we can say that enough. There is nothing, no smile. Or the crowd immediately afterwards. Still, you guys were expecting to spend the week down here. You only spent 3 days, and something tells me that you don't want to go back up to Watchtower just yet. Yeah, that's not going to be the best thing in business. But not so bad. But that's not in agreement. The other side. You spent some time in the Watchtower before. I should never liked it. It was too cold, too artificial. Like a certain moon. Nothing about it was real, or natural, or like hemisphere, or even one of the cities in the man's world. Even Gotham City sometimes had more life to it than the Watchtower, though it had way too much life in it. That's the problem.
I wonder, she'd say that they find more cheer and life in a graveyard.
No. It was better than when the girl packed up. I thought, and I think you had. Actually, he began getting the other attention. I think I have an idea.
I think I have an idea for the next chapter. Will take place.
And I think Batman will be not happy about this idea. Because they are not going back to the Watchtower, I assume. There was a look at her interest, putting her hand, and what exactly was on the other mind. What I assume right here is she is offering them a place at her home outside of the Mysteria.
Let me ask you a question before you read the next scene.
Yes?
Do you think it's gonna allude to what Donna's idea about the next chapter, or do you think it'll suddenly switch the perspective of the traitor, or something like that, and get a little idea of cliffhanger type of thing?
I think we will tell the game of where they are going.
Okay.
In the large living room, a phone, re-entering. It can be said anywhere. The noise echoes.
Somewhere with the phone, it's probably not the moon then.
I mean, thanks to Lexus One, there are probably phones on the moon as well. The noise echoes across the empty room, only to be joined by the sound of car footsteps. I got it! The woman yelled out as she picked up the device. Hello? Pandora? How are you? Our step is here. The woman paused and Luna repeated the events of the previous few days as she yelled.
I have an idea where this might be. Because who does Donna know?
I don't know Donna, so I don't know who Donna knows.
Oh, she was a member of the Team Titans.
Ah. That means I will have to make a new opening scene for the next chapter. And I believe that they are gonna be in the beginning that might be a little bit shaped like a letter.
Yeah, architecturally, I have questions about that. You know, you feel like the strain of the arms extending from the T would eventually tire from the middle strain and then fall down.
Yeah?
Anyway, go ahead and read on to confirm or deny this theory to see if you really need to do that.
No, I'm thinking who this woman is. Pandora. That sounds like Sapphire to me, but
Probably is. I wouldn't have guessed Raven from that.
I'm definitely not Heyman, but there were other the characters who came into the Titan space as well, so I don't remember her name, but there was one other who was about to join.
Probably Terra then.
Yeah, Terra, yeah.
Basically the Earthbender.
I could imagine her saying Pandora as well. The woman paused as Lola repeated in her mind, and the previous few days, as she asked, "Oh, that is more tactful. Is everything alright?" Yes, and waited and Lola explained that her home would be in time.
Maybe you can imagine the cartoonish sound effect when cartoons are on the phone. And what do you hear?
Oh, that is good to hear. Do you require an assistance? The woman waited, nodding along and muttering in understanding, and then I explained a proposal. A smile setting grew across her face, and she began to float suddenly in thought. I mean, the Roman is already not here, we know that, right? Oh. Yeah, because he was fighting against the Caco people, and he is now not called Roman.
You know, wherever they're going next, and it doesn't matter where this is, okay? If the pattern of the previous chapters holds, a disaster will soon strike the area that the Remnants characters are going to.
Yeah.
It happened at Gotham, it happened at Gotham City, it happened to Themyscira, and you know what? So far, the only place it didn't happen is the Watchtower. Which kind of makes sense. That's the headquarters of the many superheroes. All
What are you
together.
talking about? They back to face. They started attacking immediately when they woke up. In the West.
Oh, sure. If you're gonna count that, then they are the disaster.
Yeah. Now imagine them joining up with the Titans.
Well, that could be fun.
That sounds wonderful. If you live excellently, we will be more than happy to have them join us. I will let us know right away. So the thing was fun, just as she hung up the phone. Then exiting girl called out a loud school. I am the best news. Also bad news, but we are the most. And I can already see the title for the next chapter. It is the Teen Titans. So, yes. I mean, if I actually knew the Lula was in the Titans at one point, other than in the speaking about it, then I would have recognized that, but I don't remember seeing Lula in the show at all. So I might have not seen on I don't know if she was in Teen Titans.
Anyway, it does look like the story is going in that direction, but for all that, I'll have to say, I'm no longer as certain who is still members of the Teen Titans because I think some of them have drifted apart.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Tobin left. I would probably say maybe Cyborg left as well. But I think Starfire and Beast Boy is definitely there. Maybe even also Raven.
If any members joined since some of the others left, then I'd be especially unfamiliar with them.
Me too. I only know the main 5. And also Terra. But that's it. So, we are going to Team Titans, the Titans area. Even though the chapters and the Titan Titans, so we might actually have a flashback of what happened. And
so
I hope.
We'll have to find out what disaster is going to hit that city.
It's always something strange.
They get a turn next.
Also, let me see how long this is. It's gonna be 90 watts. Okay, it's hard on the side of this one. It's gonna be not super like this.
9K?
Yeah. It's gonna be probably 2 parts.
Oh my god, did I briefly see the title Scooby-Doo in one of those chapters? I don't think I did. You blazed through it real fast. I must have misread that.
Yeah, but there's Trigon. There's not Trigon.
Yeah, he's a threat.
No, I meant this one. I know it's not what it says, but this came to mind.
Yeah, try that gun. See how it works out for you.
But yeah, we are not even getting the cloud on the start. We just finished chapter 8 and 60 chapters so far. And it's still in the writing, I think.
Well, we knew it was long, and I would actually mainly attribute it to strong length in each chapter, so...
And we know the other one is still in the writing as well, and we are not in the beginning, we are still in the beginning of that story as well. So, this is gonna be a long midnight series. Both of them. But yeah, I would say thank you everyone for watching. And see you next time. Tomorrow we are gonna be watching some Anatomy of Justice in the morning. I mean, for me it's in the morning, for you it's in the midnight, right?
Yep.
And there's gonna be a lot of things to talk about.
Look forward to it.
Look forward to it. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.